who are taking risk in the den of lions. You are making history for yourself, for your unborn generation. My fellow Biafrans in the north, and of course those that have joined and are listening to this program today, I have come to address many of you for the very first time in the northern Nigeria in connection with a horrific and savage act of terrorism against our land a few days ago. We have seen on social media images, videos, including those who survived the attack against our students in their schools. This attack claimed life of dozens of peaceful, innocent students in their hostels. My fellow citizens of Biafra, this attack were also meted against our students and doctors, women, and teenagers. As usual, everywhere is silent. Have you not seen videos of the survivors that are on social media in pool of their own blood? But those castigating the Biafra government defense of Biafra land are all silent. What does that tell you? And of course, they are waiting for the Biafra defense forces to engage these terrorists before you will hear their national outcry of how we are killing people. The Biafra defense forces are fighting to save the life of those they have kidnapped. Many may be in a very critical condition. But I'm very, very confident and very optimistic that in the coming days, you will be seeing results and news that will be coming from the den of those terrorists. Because of the recent attack on Biafra soil, which we all know that is being aided by their counterpart, accomplices in the Nigeria Terrorist Army, police, and other agencies within Biafra land, in order to divert our attention from neutralizing and eliminating them. I have to tell them today that, unfortunately, our focus will not be diverted. Our focus remain on them because they are the genitor, they are the facilitator, they remain the accomplice, they abet, they aid, and they protect and shield these ragtag terrorists that are now on rampage in Biafra land. But one thing is certain. You see, this month of August will never be forgotten in the history of Nigeria and the Biafra struggle. We will engage these terrorists ruthlessly. And as you all know, the Biafra government has taken measures, additional anti-terrorism measures, anti-sabotage measures, which the government has adopted, and the result will be coming out in a few days or weeks to come. One of those measures being that from the 30th of this August, there will be no additional entrance of cows through the bushes and the border of Biafra land. 2, there will be no movement of cows, interstate movement of cows through the forest. If Biafra forces and if you violate this particular law and measures, that the Biafra government have introduced in order to curb and fight these terrorists in our land, believe me, we don't ask questions and we don't have prisons. We do not have prison yard or facilities or correctional facilities. This is an official announcement that from the 30th of August, every movement of cows in the bushes are banned, completely banned. And remember that this pronouncement has never been made since the beginning of the liberation of Biafra. Even when the corrupt idiots were making their laws of the movement of cow and the terrorists and all that, which were never enforced, from the Yoruba land down to the Biafra land. Many of these fake people paraded themselves as representative of the people, has one point in time tried to ban the movement of cows because these are terrorists who follows them. And all this while we have been observing, waiting for a moment like this when they have attacked us and the evidence is there. So from the 30th of August. And I know that before 30th of August, they are going to unleash mayhem on our people. But believe me, whatever happens, know that Biafra government is equal to the tax. We will never deviate from engaging their counterpart in the uniform. From the 30th of August, we will face those terrorists in the bushes. And I promise Biafra people that under this government, we will eradicate the interstate movement of terrorists with their cows from one place to another. It is our focus. And that particular measures has been taken, considered by the government and the Biafra Defense Forces, and the implementation will follow ruthlessly. So Biafra people, all you need remain the support to the government, and we thank you for the support you have given so far by making sure that you are speaking in one voice like never before. The Nigeria state are quaking and panicking. Those one Nigeria gullible, idiotic fraudsters, the internet criminals are quaking and trembling because they have seen that Biafrans are all behind the Biafra government. And it shocked them. And more of this will be coming, more of the hate will be coming because they see that you are now coming back in unison and becoming unified. That unity is exactly what this tour is targeted at achieving. We thank you in homeland, Biafra de facto government in the homeland, who have smartly conducted and conducting the self-referendum, and we have seen over 50 million votes. Still counting, because the voting will end November 28. I want to thank you for your belief and trust in the Biafra government. The changes you crave for, the nation you are fighting for, you will enjoy it. I want you to understand that many propaganda will come because they see Prime Minister of Biafra is standing very strong. And I am telling you all that I will be the end of Nigeria. I have said this severally. I will say it again. I will be the end of Nigeria. Somebody have to be the end of Nigeria. Somebody have to do it. I am here to do it. We are here to fight and pass freedom onto our new generation, and not this situation, not this slavery, not this new colonialism that have destroyed the future of our people. Biafra will be the beginning of civilization in Africa. We have introduced the most acceptable democratic system by allowing Biafrans to speak, by participating in free will voting for their self-referendum. And of course, the pathway to freedom is after the referendum has been conducted in Finland. We will gather from the 29th of November to 3rd of December 2024, where delegation from all over the world will gather to append their signatures to confirm the consent given to them by the Biafra people to declare the restoration of independent state of Biafra. After that, we will communicate Abuja. And this warning of withdrawal of all the terrorists in uniform from Biafra land will be enforced with the highest force. We will not fight conventional war with them. We will detect how this war will be fought. And it is going to take us 20 years to eliminate Nigeria from our land. We are ready for it. If it is going to take us 10 years after 2nd of December to eliminate Nigeria in our land, we are ready for it. I want you to understand that America left Vietnam because of the asymmetric and the guerrilla warfare, the jungle warfare that Vietnamese unleashed on Americans during the war. Our own will be worse than the Vietnamese war. We will make sure it is the only way out of the enslavement of Nigeria. It is the only way out of the terrorism of Nigeria. They thought they can eliminate us and they force us together with the barrels of the guns. We have come to let them understand that Nigeria can never win this war, not now, not tomorrow, not never. The earlier they accept this self-referendum and start immediately the United Nations procedures on recognition of Biafra and acceptance of the self-referendum, the better for them. If they refuse, believe me, we will destroy Nigeria because that is the only way to save our life. And at the end, they will still declare and recognize Biafra. The worst part of this very sad truth is that if they accept this amicably in peace, they will save lives and save many things. But if they refuse, I will tell you, many things will go down. At the end, we will sit at the round table and discuss the liberation and independent state of Biafra, when a lot of damages may have been done, which can never be repelled and recalled. I am telling you today, I'm standing on this planet Earth on the ground. I'm promising Biafra people that I will not hand over slavery to my children, to our generation, but freedom is what we will hand over to them. Not just freedom, but Biafra, where they will have the opportunity to aspire to whatever they want to be in life, where they will live freely, have the power and the ability to study and compete among nations of the world. What you are doing today is because you know Nigeria has failed. The reason you are supporting me, why I am in exile, why the government is in exile, is because you know we have profiled a better solution. We have profiled a brighter future for you. And it is not just profiling, we are coming with a realistic solution to your problems. We will provide electricity, provide good road, healthcare system, insurance. We will also make sure that the database is the first thing we are going to do, which we have already done with the Biafra government in exile. Today we have the BSA, Biafra Security Administration, which is responsible for collecting the data of Biafras and the issuance of Biafra National Identity Card. We have started solving your problems even before we get recognition and before declaring independence. We have also provided solutions to the insecurity that are now rampant in Nigeria. Every part of Nigeria is facing annihilation because of the jihadist movement, the continuation of the Usman Danfodio, which every one of you know the history. What is happening today in Nigeria is the continuation. And the target, primary target, remained the Biafra territory, which we have resisted and continue to resist. So my brothers and sisters, those of you who believe in Nigeria, you have a choice. It is your right. But remember, we have gathered 50 million. For you to outnumber us, you will have another 60 million or 51 million that will say no to Biafra. Only then we can back down. For now, we have the majority of the Biafra people, those who have never voted and participated in Nigeria election. Since they were born, they are now voting in Biafra self-referendum. And some idiot will be telling you, oh, how many are you in Biafra? Where did you get the 50 million vote? Ask them, do you have any statistics? Do you have any document, record, data of anybody, of everybody in Biafra land? Ask them, how many are you in Nigeria? How many are you in the eastern region, which is the territory of Biafra? Who have the data? Where is the record? Today, our record becomes the authentic record. Our own record, the data being collected from this voting become the authentic record, because you never conducted any reasonable and realistic census on our people. Everything in Nigeria is fake. You go to Google, you go to Wikipedia, you see what they are reporting, 20 million people, 30 million people, and they think that it is the time we are going to be looking at what they are writing on Wikipedia. Wikipedia that is being manipulated by the result of those nomadic people that were leading the Nigeria Census Board, where they will be counting cow leg in the northern Nigeria, and they disenfranchise the eastern part of Nigeria, which is Biafra territory, and they will count one family and jump the other family. Not even that. Majority of Biafrans never participated in the Nigeria census, and they don't want to participate because they have lost faith in Nigeria. But in this Biafra self-referendum, they have come to identify with the Biafra government, and this result from this voting become the authentic number of people that actually qualified to cast their vote, and it will be authentic. We call on Nigeria and those who care that the authentication of the result of the Biafra self-referendum will be the only pathway to peace. The refusal and the rejection will be the pathway to anarchy. And we are ready to carry guns, not just for the self-defense, but to defend the result of the self-referendum. Thank you very much. Biafrans in northern Nigeria, I thank you. And let those who are still hanging on the roadside, thinking that what we are doing here is a joke, you are going to regret not supporting this freedom up to this point. Nigeria have nothing on us. For those rappers in America, I want to tell you today that you defined who you are, and nobody else will tell you who you are. You defend yourself, nobody else will defend you. We have seen how people are dying in other parts of Nigeria. Nobody is protecting and defending.
This meeting is being recorded.
Those who supposed to be the security that should be protecting the people are actually helping the terrorists to take over their land. They attack your land, and after 2 weeks, people that you don't know where they come from will occupy your land, and that is the end. As I'm talking to you today, it is a fact that people were born in IDP camp in Benue State, and today they are 19 years. 19 good years born in IDP camp and still living in IDP camp. Who is living and occupying their land? Strangers from Central African Republic, Fulani from other parts of Africa occupying their land. And the government of Nigeria, that's the terrorist state government, have done nothing to make these people go back to their land. That is what we have prevented in Biafra land. And that is the reason why the security of life and property of Biafra people will be taken very seriously, and we will protect our women ruthlessly, like we are going to do in the next coming weeks. Those terrorists that attack and kidnap our doctors, our students from the school, I pity for you. Run, because there will be no excuse. We will hunt you down. We will hunt you down. I am telling you the fact. In the next few weeks, you will be hunted down. Any place you are in Biafra forest, we will hunt you down. Remember, Biafrans, that for this to be possible, we will need to continue to support and fund the Biafra Defense Forces. It is their job to protect our land, and that they have sworn to do, and that they have done very well, which is the reason this attack against Biafra is not a rampage like we see in other parts of Nigeria. But we will use this time around to set example to those who are planning to attack us in the future. And from here, I say, may God bless you. Biafrans in the northern Nigeria, airborne to the Biafra Defense Forces.
Airborne!
Oke mmụọ
Ada n'ịmụ na ndị egede.
odogwu ukolo mmụọ ka iwu.
Ọ ekwu ka a na-eme.
Yes, oke ukolo.
Nobody is going to protect our land than us. We have done that very well. I will continue to do it till Biafra is declared and defended. Northern Nigeria, today is the beginning. Unify yourself, bring everybody together, so that the day we are going to call the shot, nobody will be left behind. The time is fast approaching. Everybody knows that. Ogunu na-agba kwarapu kwarapu. And if it calls for every one of you to leave, remember, leave everything behind. We will recover them at the end of the day. This is not 1967, where you are going to abandon your property and go back, and then they will come and tell you it's an abandoned property. It is never going to happen. Make sure you have the document of your property intact. Take them with you. Run back to Biafra land, and let us do the job for you at the end of the day. I promise you, none of Biafra property, none, I mean none, not even one room that you have a document that we're going to leave behind. We will fight Nigeria. Even after this freedom has been restored, we will still engage Nigeria until we are satisfied that what they have done to us, we have gotten them back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ukolo mmụọ.
Thank you. Thank you. Now the floor is open for donations and picking of kola nut. Everyone should support Northern Nigeria Biafra Lizen. Everyone should support Northern Nigeria Biafra Lizen. And from today, the Prime Minister has upgraded their name from Northern Nigeria to Northern Nigeria Biafra Lizen. So we address them as such going forward. Obi, your hand is up. Unmute yourself, Obi. Obi, unmute yourself. Obi, unmute yourself. The floor is open for question and answers from all angles. Ask the Prime Minister any question you want. Make your donation, support Northern Nigeria Biafra Lizen. Pick kola nut and ask your questions. Obi, unmute yourself. Obi. Obi, unmute yourself. William Naimeka, unmute yourself. Please, if you want to speak, you have to raise your hand. Tap on the reactions button or the reactions icon. Then you will see an option that says raise hand. Then you raise your hand. That's how you can raise your hand. Williams Naimeka, you have the mic. Speak up, please.
Thank you, my Honorable Minister of Information. Greetings to my PM Extraordinary, Ebubedike One, Ikuku himself, the quagmire of the zoo. Welcome to Northern Nigeria. Please, may I take Osoji for you? You know, when people came and answered no Osoji and they are nowhere to be found any longer. So I'm taking Osoji for you with 100,000 a year. I will send it through my SA. Thank you for rescuing us. Thank you for being the hand of God upon our lives. Thank you, my PM. I
Well,
greet all the cabinet. Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you,
very
Mazi.
much.
Thank you. We call on Ebuka Ishinachi. Ebuka Ishinachi, unmute yourself. When I say unmute yourself, look at the screen of your device. You will see a pop-up command which says the host wants you to unmute yourself. You click on unmute. Ebuka, unmute yourself.
All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back updates and information as it is hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you go be the first. We'll collect a mbamba. Another heavy protest has break out in Nigeria as NLC clash heavily with the Nigerian police. Ndị be anyị sị na he that goes to equity must go to, with pure hand. Remember that last year when this present government declared no more fuel subsidy. Of course, the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, came in and said, fuel subsidy is gone. That was the first statement he made while he was addressing the nation without a proper articulation, a proper observation, or even looking through what is happening in the nation. As the new president, at least you should have stayed like the first 100 days in office before taking up any of your action. But as if it was a planned deal, he declared no more fuel subsidy. As it is now, the Nigerian police has invited the NLC president, Ajeru, and there has been a lot of queries against him concerning the protest. And of course, you know that Labour have decided to carry out another protest due to the hardship that is ravaging the citizens of Nigeria. Even though that the government said that they have removed importation duty on food commodities, but still yet the prices of things are still very high. Now, there is this advice that P2B dropped for Ajero. P2B said Ajero handles issues with extreme caution. P2B is warning Ajero to handle issues that concerns Nigeria with heavy caution. Let's go down to the full detail of that particular information before I will bring you back to the protest, the raging protest that is currently going on. And if care is not taken, the way this nation is going on, I'm telling you that doom is coming for this particular government, because looking at the plan and strategies of this particular government, you don't need a soothsayer to tell you that this government is not for the people. They are against the people. They just want the government for their own personal aggrandizement. The 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, LP, Peter Obi, has urged the federal government to handle the allegation leveled against the president of Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Joe Ajero, with extreme caution. Daily Post recalls that the police summoned Ajero for questioning over a case of alleged criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. Obi, while reacting to the police invitation to Ajero in a post via his official X handle, said the invite should not be unexpected given the sensitive position of the NLC leader that the NLC leader occupies. He noted that the allegation infractions listed on the letter of invitation are weighty, with no clarity on the circumstances. Obi also wondered if the authorities are attributing these allegations to personal conduct or responsibilities devolving on Mr. Ajero as the NLC leader. Also, Taylor, I told you that this one is what is called a tug of war. a talk of war, where the government have decided that nobody else speaks, because this present government is more like what is called an authoritarian government, because they make sure that whatever they say stands, and they make sure that nobody criticizes their opinion. They make sure that once they say what they want, nobody comes back to unsay it again. And this is one of the worst governments that this nation has had since the inception of democracy, since the amendment of the 1999 Constitution, and since the inception of democracy in this nation. I believe that this is one of the worst governments that this nation have ever had. You know, Shele, policeman, others has been arrested for robbery. There is this saying of old age that says that a river does not pass through the forest without bringing down trees. And as it is, some suspect has been caught, and as the investigation continues, they find out that a policeman is involved in this particular robbery that is going on. Ọ na-adị mma ndị be anyị si na if ụzọ dị mma agaghị nga na abụ ama mme na ghọta now. Let's go down to that information. The suspects, who include a police officer, are accused of hijacking a lorry carrying 522 bags of rice on its way from Mombasa to Nairobi. 3 suspects have been arrested by police in connection with a highway robbery in Kiwazi, Makuni County of Kenya. The suspects, who include a police officer, are accused of hijacking a lorry carrying 522 bags of rice on its way from Mombasa to Nairobi. The arrest followed an intensive investigation by the Kwebi Directorate of Criminal Investigation, DCI, after the lorry and Isuzu with registration number KCI 107U was reported missing along the highway. The vehicle was intercepted by 6 armed men in the tank area, who took control of the lorry and its valuable cargo. Among those arrested is Francis Mutuzo, a police officer based at Kibali Police Station, who was alleged in full uniform and armed during the robbery. The other suspects have been identified as Judah, Kipoche Kandi, and John Maingi. The stolen lorry, loaded with 25-kilogram bag of rice, was eventually recovered in the Mangaya area not far from Kibazi. The lorry driver was found abandoned in the Nkata area, having been left unharmed by the robbers. There is hunger everywhere. Remember that even in Kenya currently, there is a big protest that is currently going on in Kenya, and the same thing is about to repeat itself in Nigeria if this government does not pay rapt attention to the demands and the needs of their citizens. Of course, the work of the government is not just for themselves, but to implement policies and strategies that will benefit the citizens. Meanwhile, recently, the citizens of Lagos has been campaigning for Ndi Igbo to go, and an Igbo socialist, a statesman named Chinwizu, has written a letter to the Igbos and also to the Yorubas. Let's go down and see what this man is saying, because our people say that there is wisdom in old age and there is also wisdom in gray hair. Yes, he said, I agree with you that Lagos should be for its Yoruba indigents and the Southwest should belong to the indigents of the region. So let's get practical and cooperate and make our shared desire happen peacefully and as fast as possible. Please note that Igbo land, to which Lagos would return from Lagos, and the Southwest has a part in the South-South and part in the Southeast. Kindly get President Tinubu to facilitate the process by doing the following. Number 1, defederalize the port, so the South-South and Southeast region take control of the ports in their area. Let one airport in the Southeast and one in the South-South be approved for international flights. persuade foreign embassies to open visa granting consulate in the southeast and south if President Tinubu can sign executive orders or legislation on these three matters. Igbos will quit Lagos and the southwest faster than anyone can expect. Within 5 years, Igbos other than as tourists will I reckon, become as rare in Lagos as fishes in the desert and as rare as camel in the sea. Please, let's work together on this project. We shall still be in one Nigeria. Please stop being faceless. Emerge from your anonymity and let's get to work on this win-win project that will benefit out two great peoples. Let's factor the benefit for other regions and peoples in Nigeria. The entire people of the South will benefit from the boom in economic activities in this part, and this should help dampen the Biafra agitation and the Niger Delta militancy. I leave it to economists to work out the benefit for the North Central and North-East region. Of course, Yoruba indigenes of Lagos and Southwest would get the Southwest without Igbos. Igbos region, they crave. Let's get down to the task of appealing to the President Tinubu to facilitate this project. When I started, first of all, I told you that our people say that there is wisdom in old age. And if you look at what this wise man has said, it will give you an impression that the man knows what he's saying. How do I know? He said, let there be a visa consulate in the southeast. Let there be international airport and international port. And I think if all these things are made available in Alibo, let Nigeria, let it be a confederal state instead of federal state. With that, everybody will be on their own, and you see Igbo living. And a man that said this thing shows that there is true wisdom in old age. And when I stand the Bible, and if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share. And also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first to collect them. Thank you for listening. God bless you.